Welcome back to the only show where the host hurts himself before he starts filming a video. And the subject of this video is uh, last video, right, was about probably one of the more serious manga that I have ever read so far in my life. And today we have a more sort of goofy, sort of kind of like the opposite end of where Downfall is. It's sort of on the farthest away from Downfall that you can probably get, and that is of course Pop Team Epic. I found this is another one-off. It's probably just a compilation of like 4 panel manga, and there's like two. It's basically just like if you've ever seen those like compilation books of the Sunday funnies. It'll be like the Peanuts books. It'll have just like all the different comic strips that have run in the Sunday papers over the past however long the comic has been in serialization. It's basically that, but for a Japanese comic called Pop Team Epic, and it's very interesting. It's very they describe it on because there's also an anime adaptation of it as well, which I've also started watching, and that is probably interesting. That's probably another video, or I might get into it near the in this video. So some people have said Kotaku said watching it, I questioned constantly who the hell greenlighted this, and also why wasn't this made sooner. Pop Team Epic is flush with dumb cultural references it rarely bothers to comment on. For me, that's where its charm lies. And that is true. It is chock full of pop culture references. There's one where they do like a downhill like bobsled bit in the anime, and you all of a sudden just see a character from what was that? Initial D, and it's like what, how, why, even is this a thing? But it is, and it's hilarious, and it works. Surprisingly, it works. It the anime is interesting, I suppose. It's your standard 24-25 minute manga or anime rather, and what they do is it's like a 12 minutes. It's like split up into 12 minutes. There's like two. I don't know how to explain it. It's a 24-minute anime, but there's only enough stuff to last about maybe half that time. So probably 12 minutes. But what they do is they run the 12-minute episode, right, with the two main characters, Popco and PP Me. That is her actual name. I'm not making that up for giggles. But these two characters, Popco and PP Me, for the first 12 minutes they're voiced by two female voice actresses, and then they go through the whole episode. They run the end credits, and then they start the whole episode over again from the opening credits. And the second time, it's the same gags and stuff each time, just slightly different each time, but like not enough to like notice if you're not really paying attention. The second time around, Popco and PP Me are voiced by two completely different voice actors or actresses. Sometimes they'll have the male voice actors in the beginning. Sometimes they'll have them at the second half. But either way, it's usually two female voice actresses and two male voice actresses. Did I say two? Yeah, two female voice actresses and two male voice actresses. In fact, voice actors. And it's hilarious because the first time you see it, the first episode, it's kind of like an anime that took over another anime. Like there's references to another completely different like normal anime in this and in within like it's like Pop Epic, like Pop Team Epic is like they taped over epic like old episodes of a previous anime, but like some other bits were left in, like the episode, like the end previews from that anime. I think it's hilarious that they did that. Um, and it's like there's a lot of fourth wall breaks too in it, which is absolutely hilarious. I think any anime, I think Otaku credited this as some sort of like anti comedy or anti humor. I think. So yeah, I think Pop Team Epic is ultimately most categorized as anti humor, a genre of comedy that derives its humor from the very absurdity of trying to find meaning in its madness. From Anime News Network. So, and that's definitely true. It's definitely um, an anti comedy. I'll see if I can find one that's and read it. That's hilarious. There's one where Popco drops her glasses and she's like, "Oh no, my glasses, my glasses!" And then she runs past him screaming, "My glasses!" And then the next two panels are just her out in space for some reason, because she couldn't find her glasses, I guess, and she ended up going out into space. So there's one. It's ready for some trick questions, says PP Me, and Pop goes like, "Yep." And then PP Me holds up a picture of a bike, and she's like, "What's this?" "It's a bicycle." She holds up a picture of Michael Jackson. "What's this?" "It's Michael Jackson." And then there's a picture of Michael Jackson's head photoshopped onto a bicycle, and it's a bicycle. So that's the kind of comedy you can expect, and that's just two of the panels, two of the comics that I read. So that's the kind of stupid sort of humor that you can expect from Pop Team Epic. So this, I love it when manga, like when the artists do this in manga, they add like maybe like I don't know 3-4 pages worth of like color. I think this is the actual studio where they make it, because that looks too real. I mean, I know like the render capacity of computers now is amazing, but like just this artwork right here is I don't know. It's hilarious, man. Like if you're looking for some good like quick humor, like these are only like 4-panel manga or like comic strips, and there's only 2 per page, and they're numbered easily, so you can kind of read them really quickly. And there's no real chapters, I guess, in here. It's just one. I guess it'd be about the size of one. Excuse me, one chapter in a normal manga. So it's hilarious. I know it's kind of like the very exact opposite of sort of Downfall, but I like all sorts of manga. You know, whether it's something serious as Downfall or something as lighthearted and goofy as Pop Team Epic. I would definitely give it a look if you haven't seen it or read it or don't know about it. Who's it by? I don't know. It's 16 plus, published by Vertical Comics and printed in Canada. In case you're looking for some of those more details, B-Cub Okawa. B-Cub Okawa is who produces it. And this is what the cover looks like, if you're wondering what it looks like on a store shelf. And this is what the spine looks like, if you're wondering what it might look like if it's not like that. And this is what the back looks like if the other 2 parts are not visible. So again, if you haven't seen this or you don't know about it, and you love humor, sort of anti-humor, uh, which I do sometimes, I would definitely recommend checking it out and giving it a watch. So I'm gonna go tend to the wounds on my hands, even though they're not the worst. I feel like I should disinfect them at least. With the whole uh, thing going around now with the stuff, I definitely don't want to risk infecting other people, especially people that also live in this house with me, which would not be good. So I'm going to go take care of that now. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.